this video, we will look at how can we use Excel to generate the regression result for the multiple regression model when you have categorical variable involved. So we are using the example on your slides to explain it. So in this case, we only have 12 observations, and we're looking for what will affect the productivity of the worker. So the productivity is our y variable. It is listed in our column B. And the X1, if you look at the slides, is the year of experience for that worker, and it's listed in column C. And in column D, we are indicated the method that individual worker are used. So we totally have 3 different methods: method A, method B, and method C. So in order to use the Excel to help us get the regression output, we have to translate A, B, C to the numbers. So by introducing the dummy variable which can only have 0 and 1 as the possible values. So by introducing the dummy variable, we will be able to translate the A, B, C method to the numbers. So in the class, we learned if we have for the categorical variable, if we have k levels, we need a k minus 1 dummy variables. So in this case, k equal to 3. So we have 3 different levels: method A, method B, and method C. So that's why we only need 2 dummy variables. So on this Excel, you can see we have method A, we have dummy variable x2 and x3. So in this case, I already help you to define the dummy variable. So the x2 is the indicator for method A. So which means if x equal to 1 when the method A is used, and x2 equal to 0 if method B or C are used. And x3 is the indicator for method B. So if method B is used, x3 will equal to 1. If methods A and C are used, x3 equal to 0. So that is the 2 dummy variables. So now we have to think about how can we convert method A, method B, and method C on your observation to the dummy variables value. So first, let's name each variables. So the column B, productivity, is my y variable, and the year of experience is x1. So for the method they are using, so we have to use 2 dummy variables. So then we have to add 2 more column right next to x1. So let's move our method A, B, C, so the column for method, to another area. So let's move it to column F. And then we will add our variable x2 and x3. So the reason we have to move the original method column to column F is because when we are using the regression analysis on Excel, you have to make sure all the x1, x2, and x3, they have to be next to each other. So now we have to see the first worker, he's using the method A, and the second worker is using method C. So then corresponding to method A, what's the value for x2, x3, and corresponding to method C, what's the value for x2 and x3. So now let's look at the first worker. The first worker, he's using method A. So then if you look at method A, let's fill in the value for x2 first. So if method A is used based on the definition for x2, so x2 equal to 1 if method A is used. So that's why the first observation, he's using the method A. So the x2 value equal to 1. So now how about x3? If you're looking down, so x3 equal to 1 if method B is used. However, as we know, the first worker, he's using method A, so then it's belonging to the second option to x3, which is otherwise. So that's why x3 equal to 0. So now if you look at what we write down for x2 and x3 value and method A. So on Excel, we will call x2 equal to 1, x3 equal to 0 as equivalent to method A. Because the Excel cannot read the English letter when you're running regression, so you have to find the corresponding value for x2 and x3 together to represent the method A. So method A equal to 1, 0. How about method C? So the second worker using method C. So first look at x2's value. So if you look at how we define dummy variable, so x2 equal to 0 equal to 1 if method A is used. So any other situation will be equal to 0. since the second guy he's using the method C, so the x2 value equals to 0. And how about x3? So if you look at how we define x3, so x3 equal to 1 if the method B is used. Since the second guy is using method C, so value for x3 has to be also equal to 0 because it's considered as otherwise. And in the class we said for the categories that are all dummy for the levels which both dummy variable value equal to 0, we will consider it as base level. So in this case, method C is my base level. So now how about method B? So first look at the value for x2. We go down, look at x2 equal to 1 if method A is used and otherwise is 0. Since this guy is using method B, so for the x2 we have to choose otherwise. So this will be equal to 0. And the same thing for x3. So we look at the way defined x3. x3 equal to 1 if method B is used. Since the third guy is using the method B, so x3 equal to 1. So now you can see method A, method C, method B. We already have our way, we already have the combination of x2 and x3 to represent it. So method A equivalent to C1, 0. Method C is equivalent to C0, 0. Method B is equivalent to C0 and 1. So that is how the computer is going to read the word. So now we're going to finish the rest of the cell. So do we have any faster way to fill in the rest of the cell? So the answer is yes. We have to learn the faster way because if we have more than 500 observation, 100 observation, how can you efficiently fill in all the dummy variables? So here is one trick. First, select right up corner. So once you select right up corner, and then we will use a function on your Excel called the sort and filter. So first, under the home tab, and on the very right side, you will find one area called the editing. So called editing. And under the editing, and then you will choose sort and filter. Click sort and filter, and we will choose filter. So once you select filter, you go back to your Excel, you will find each column from column A to column F. So there is a little arrow on the top in the first row. So we will choose the column called the method, and we move down the arrow. We will click the arrow. So by default, all the options are selected. So actually we will fill in the method A first, and then fill in method B, and then fill in method C. First, select this top box. Once you check that box, everything is deselected. So now you will select method A, and then click OK. So now you will find all the other methods are disappeared except method A. So as we already defined for method A is equivalent to C10, 0, and so which means the rest of the cell has to be 10 as well. So we select the first row for x2 and x3. After we select it, move the mouse to the right down corner, and then drag it down. So now we're filling the value for x2 and x3. So now we can work on the method B. So we go to this little arrow again. We click it. So now we should select B and deselect A, and then click OK. So now on Excel, we only have the method B left. The same idea, we select the first row value for x2 and x3, and then move the mouse to the right down corner, and then drag it down. So now we're filling all the values for x2 and x3 when method B is used. And we will do the same thing for method C. And we click method C, and then deselect method B, and click OK. So now you can find everything are left except the method C. Everything is gone except method C. So then we select the first row's value for x2 and x3, and move your mouse to the right down corner, and until the cross becomes black, and then you drag it down. So now you're filling all the values for method C. So after you finish the last class is method C, so now we want to see all our data set we had before. So then you have to go back to the editing and choose sort and filter again. And now you will click the filter again. So once you click the filter again, and all of your data are showing up. And the difference is all the value for x2 and x3 are filled. So by using this method, you will not make mistakes. So now we will get our regression result, and we're going to click the data analysis, and then we will choose regression, and then click OK. So for our Y range, we will select our column B, which is the productivity. And for our X range, we will select both C, D, and E column. So they are all my X. And then make sure you will check the labels, because when you select the data, the first row is not number, it's labels. And then check line fitted plot. And then you can click OK. So now we got our result. If you have your slides available for chapter 15, you definitely can download from D2L. So you can compare the result on your, let me format the cell. So now if you look at the output we have on the Excel and compare it with the value on your slides, so you will find we got exactly the same output as you can see on the slides. So if you have any question, feel free to contact me.